Welcome once again. How are you doing today on this beautiful Friday, May the 5th? May the 5th. Yesterday was May the 4th. Be with you. I hope you enjoyed that Star Wars days. Today it's May the 5th, but for those in my network, as we discuss sometimes between a great beer, and speaking of beer, let me put on the screen something that's going really well. A lot of newcomer have subscribed. A lot of people are purchasing in advance the beer because it's a bring your own beer. So I can wait to welcome you in a couple of weeks on Thursday, the 25th of May, for an open retrospective, an evening of lessons learned, inspired by the fuck up night. And the fuck up night that week for the entrepreneur was amazing. So I wish that we're going to have as much fun and meaningful, moving experience at the Scrum Beer number 22 at the Crew Collective and Cafe in downtown Montreal. That celebrated its 7 years. So that's remind me that I'm going to celebrate my 7 years as well of the Agile Lounge brand for an exclusive coaching, training, facilitation, and mentoring, and everything that touch business agility, Scrum, the real Scrum, great Scrum system that will enable our client to create and co-create their framework that goes with any software development lifecycle and that could be easily scaled while they scale their business. So here's the thing, my dear friend. Transformation doesn't exist anymore. And before going there, let's see something because we had, and again, for those on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is kind of independent. LinkedIn have no user experience for a live stream as Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, and back in the day, Facebook Live had. And so they have a comment. And when you put a comment, you think you chat, but it's not always relaying. Or for those of you, because right now I see about 20 people this morning all across the board, that's only 3 or 2 on LinkedIn. So the 3 or 2 on LinkedIn, send me an hello just for fun. If now Microsoft, LinkedIn, and Milan app have an interaction together, an agile interaction together, and improve the user experience. And if I could see your chat or not. Otherwise, I put in a comment chat of the live stream of LinkedIn, the link to join me on YouTube, where it's automatic, maybe 15 seconds delay, but still I'll be able to interact more. But once again, I would like to reserve at the end, and now it's for subscriber only. Yes. I'm not monetizing, but for those who engage more, for those who subscribe and hit the notification bell on Rumble and YouTube, for those who made this investment, this free investment of time and intention to follow the Agile Lounge for Business Agility, to follow the Dear Real Agile and podcasts on all platforms, plus this Friday Live Agile every week that I'm doing after a long week of training people, of agilizing people, or even provide some sort of scaling leadership. Oh, yes, from Robert J. Anderson. I have to admit that this is one of the core pillars of the conscious leadership movement that we're going to need more and more to beat, not work with VUCA, but to destroy that volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and adversity more than ambiguity now. And I think we need more agility and open space for that. So speaking of all of my subscribers, I would like to make a special thank to Brigitta, Michaela, and Rafael, who not only they send me Satoshi, which is I love very much. You could do the same, YouTube and Rumble, and the description, and later after the show in the pine comment, you have all the link to subscribe for your Scrum Beer. Yes, on May 25th. Also, come and lunch and learn with me on June the 7th at the Crew Collective still. It's one of my many talks that I'm going to do this spring and summer. And You could have all the link to see our interactive and practical workshop. You could see our website and understand and discover our 5 values and our 13 principle of consulting, coaching, agility as a service, among other things. So it's on fire. Fredo AF, Coach AF is on fire today. So, and again, if you'd like to help me for free, you smash the like button because that will tell YouTube more than, because Rumble it's more like democratic and open source. But on YouTube, they need to see if people are engaging and it find it interesting. So our message, and I said our because yes, sometimes I work with Anna and Elizabeth on topics. And speaking of topics, Brigitta, she didn't just send me some nice Satoshi. She also tell me a great comment. Her great comment was about the fact that she says, and I think she's right, that I often talked about left and right brain. And of course, this I'm inspired by one of my colleagues in Cancun, Jennifer Lang, who she is the founder and owner of the School for Intuitive Leadership. And so it's some people who are more seeing the world, having a perspective more from the right brain than the left brain. So for those of you who are in industrial psychology or maybe a bit change management or whatever with a background, oops, sorry about that. Okay, so with a background in psychology more than other thing, and applied to sociology and business consulting, because sometimes we need those kind of conceptual tools to help us improve and everything. So Brigitta, she said that I talked often about this. She understands that because she's working with it. But she suggests that maybe I could do a Friday Live Agile or a Dare Real Agile podcast about that. And I said, yes, you're welcome. I mean, I think it's something so you could expect coming up some show talking about the left brain and right brain approach. And it could be the 4th episode of the divergent approach, of the divergent or renegade agile coach who see other things, because I got a couple of things about it. I love to study it. My late mother was a psychologist, so she talked to me a lot about it. But I also discover that might be the source of the problem in this agile movement, left and right brainer. Because often I said, like, we are surrender. And if the scale agile framework works so much, it's because maybe even the comment of Brigitta, she's right, that we are in a left brain prison of perception. Oh. So we're going to come back maybe next Friday. I don't know. But you could expect the show every Friday unless something happened to me. But so far, so good. I'm still there for the 114th time since Tulum during the thing that I don't even want to name. So that's it for now for some of the things. So today, are you happy? So I'm asking you the question. So the 27-ish people watching, according to my dashboard here, and let's see on LinkedIn because it's always now on LinkedIn there's 0. Maybe I scared the shit out of them. Let's just do a little run on the poor linked out network. Yeah, I know the feedback. No, the 3 they were there, they left. Tant pis pour eux. Should I care of LinkedIn as LinkedIn doesn't care of us? I mean, we seem black. And that told me that because I don't. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's catching it at 10 minutes here, she told me that more and more people are writing to me there, and some people should know my phone number and my email. So stop it. Stop it writing me on any social network. If you want to speak with me, which is Alexandre Frédéric Gély, your coach AF, and 80% of my LinkedIn are real people that I met, that we exchange card, we exchange QR code, and we have our numbers. So just give me a fucking phone call. 514-661-1391. That's my business, my everything. You call there, you SMS me there. It's direct. It's direct message, direct contact. Stop it with your fucking like, oh, I'm gonna write to him and this and because Anna, she's just like, because your message on LinkedIn, it's falling in a pile of bullshit, a pile of peddler that try to sell us things that we already have. And I just found also a great guy who will be with my website and everything and WordPress. Uh, and it's not from Quebec. Because those of Quebec, they say, oh yeah, I got a guy for you, I got a girl for you. They never follow up. Quebec, it's a slow mentality of all that it will be now. So this guy from Eastern Europe, he's helping me, and thank you very much. He's the one also responsible for the migration of my podcast when I migrate my website for the 6th anniversary of the Agile Lounge last summer of 2022. So I'm kind of glad about it. So I'm really thankful to have a great international network as an international cosmopolitan delight that I am. So that being said, today I'm asking you, are you happy? So put it in the comment if you're not watching this live stream. And if you are watching this live stream, let's interact together and tell me in the chat, are you happy? And start questioning yourself about happiness. Because this is what I discover and many type of research and with experience with coaching people, especially on the one-on-one and leadership coaching and entrepreneur coaching that I do with the FLEP program. And everything that I talk, you go in the description of that video and you edit to my site, to my website. Hold on a second. I should stop talking and wanting to click on something. Or should be richer and then be in a real studio with real people who does that for me. But I'm not there yet. Okay, so I think I lost it. Okay, so here it is. So you go to agile-lounge.com and you get all the information. So stop asking Anna on LinkedIn, especially on LinkedIn, like, what does he mean about the FLEP program? What does he mean about next level agility? Go to agile-lounge.com and you could find everything. It's an intuitive website built to be a virtual vitrine of almost everything I do into the agile space, into the business agility space, Scrum space, and a little bit of the other things. But coming up on September, I'm going to have the Jolie, it's my last name, A.F Joliaf.com for a lot more. Oh, yes, baby, because I'm not just a fracking agile coach. I'm an entire human being, and that isn't the subject. Are you happy? Why are we seeking happiness that much? Actually, I realized that I never sought happiness. I'm just happy. And why am I just happy, even in a gray, rainy day? Because of leadership, conscious leadership. And that might be a segue for next week if I respond to the great ask of Brigitte about left and right brain. Are you just a machine programmed to do something? Are you perceiving the world from only one perspective? So happiness starts there. It started for me at 16 years old when I was building my first DJ agency and party organizer that will bring me to be part of the 514 production company in Montreal and the Nocturnal agency in Europe and everything. So, but I just realized that when you seize the moment, and especially when I saw Dead Poet Society with the late Robin Williams, it seems that all the good people are leaving this building, are leaving this planet. Don't you think? Tell me in the comment below. Tell me what you think about it. It seems that we just have the shit left, and all the good one, and our family. What is it? Okay, and our family and everything. So this camera is very kicking out, like, because what is this? Sorry. Okay. Anyways, I should not watch the feedback. I'm not narcissistic. Oh yeah, whatever. I'm conscious. So, anyways, being happy, it's not an end. Like Agile is not an end. A lot of clients ask me, "Oh, will you help us with our agile transformation?" Like they believe at the end of our 4, 6, maybe 9 months together, they'll be agile and everything will be fine. No, it's not. And you could be happy, but to feel happiness, you have to be like the Dead Poet Society movie, because I'm ranting a little bit, showed us. It showed us the seize the day moment, the be in the moment, put intention, the carpe diem in Latin. Huh? This is so powerful. It's so that was the first key element, the first keystone that actually helped me being happy all the time. Because it's like that woman, that amazing woman in Tulum with her dummy Apple Watch, that when she turned the wrist, it says now. What time is it? Now. It's always now. Now and the now. Now you're gonna say, hold on a second. What, as an entrepreneur, don't you need some kind of project and time boxing management and agile? It's yes, it's continuous planning instead of following a plan. But here's the thing. I'm telling you, if you want to be happy, that's the first thing. See the dimension of time. The dimension, because time is the fourth dimension. And it's a movement in space. Because if you and I have a cottage on Mars, the day will be, I think, shorter, but the year will be longer. And something like this. So, anyways, so if you have kids born in Venus, they won't age as slow as us on this planet, because it's all about time. It's a dimension that we perceive as a movement, a linear movement, but it's actually a spiraling, it's a circular spiraling movement that brings a lot of like confusion. But as we all on this beautiful blue dot, this beautiful planet Earth, that we should actually take care more and more if we want to maybe come back or to have our children or our grandchildren enjoying it as much. So anyway, that being said, as we are in agreement that we have 168 hours a week, some sort of 24 hours a day, did I make a mistake? Maybe I fucked up. No, that's it, 168. So we seem to be all equal in time. So what do you do of that time box that we all have the same on this planet? It's because, again, it's another perspective. It's another perception of things. And so being happy start with, I will say it like that, managing your time box, the 160, because we all equal on that. This is equality for all human. You're born and you're sure of one thing, that you're gonna die. You're gonna go in your winter, and you're gonna go nourish the plant and the earth. But the funny thing is, we don't know when. The accumulating 168 hours that every week, when I do in my planner, yes, I still have a paper, physical, IRL, and real life planner, even though I've got my iPad, my iPhone, and blah, 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 and all digitalizing. Yes, sure. I need my organic stuff. And I'm glad I do, because if I lose my data, if we have a shortage or whatever, I could still go back and say like, yes, Brigitta, I talked to you on Monday, April 6th. Think fast, be conscious. And when you apply conscious leadership, when you apply it to yourself, and you understand that the time boxes, what do you do with your time? So you could, some people create lists. We have the Sabine with this 90-day stuff, and so a lot of people will create lists, they will create objective. You have a goal, you have a vision. And so you apply something, and then you go on and act. You have to act. It's fun to plan things. It's fun to say like, oh yes, I want to do this. I want to travel there, this and that. And that will make you happy. And it's remind me of one of my teacher in philosophy in college, I think, or university. But anyways, Mr. Corbeil, he told us like, he was walking down the street and he was seeing a very nice suit. He already had a lot of suit and he was always well dressed. And he says like, the triggering of happiness, if I have that suit on that color and that cut, I will be more happy. So this is not happiness. This is like anything that you could put into your planner, telling yourself that at the end of this week, I will have done that. So you see, from episode 112 to now, there's a connection of that from a definition of done, getting the shit done. Happiness, it's not an end by itself. Being happy, it's not even a state. It could be an emotion, it could be a feeling, but it's going to be an effect of yourself having achieved something. So yes, the achievers, those who always achieve, they always walk the talk, they always do what they say they will do, they are always in a better state that we call happiness. They are happy. And all the time, because they also go to the first foundation of being happy, is to seize the day, seize the moment, be in the moment, be in the present. Remembering the past and the lessons learned from the past, and plan just enough in the future to repeat the present happiness by achieving. If you achieve your list of things, if you achieve your duty, your mission, the purpose you set forth, then you are fulfilled. You feel fulfilled. Your clients are fulfilled if you do professional services like me. Because for me, I'm even more happier when I see a class of people receiving my training, when they say like, now I get it, Coach F. Now I can do it myself. And then when I see them achieve, when I see them feeling fulfilled and I see their smile and they are happy, that's provide me even more happiness because they are part of my achievement. If they understand and if they apply it and they get something great from applying, let's say, agility or some sort of scrum pattern or some sort of lean pattern. So that there's no secret. So for me, I find it funny when I see on these decaying social network and social media, people all talking about and selling the dream, selling the shit like it's only this. Because I personally, as a consultant, I'm not selling you happiness, but I will help you. I'm selling you a professional services of coaching and training that will help you create a clear vision, share it with your associate and partner and employees, and engage them into it with invitation again, and to create all of these patterns that you will be able to say, done, done, done. So when you have a clear vision that help you create your definition of done and tailor all the criteria that will make it, yes, this is done, we accept it, we get our feedback from our employee. So you see, in Agile, if you really embrace the Agile mindset, and if you really understand the guiding principle, and you tailor those guiding principles into your decision-making system, your decision rights, more than delegation, the clarity of authorization that you could propose, to and invite people that work with you achieving this. So you have also a more happier company, a more happier enterprise. People who are trusting you and you are trusting them. And then every Friday you could gather. So, the Agile Lounge is named like this. If you go back to my 111 episode where the lounge came, where we talked about it, it's named like this because instead of doing another boring Friday morning or daily stand-up, we did that kind of scrum lounge on the sofa, talking about, yes, we're really happy. Our clients are happy this week because we delivered this, and that call centers is running up. And are we ready for this weekend cutoff? Stuff like this. I mean, that's part of the divergent approach. And so today I wanted to do something different, to be more in the present with you, to be more into that topic that was suggested back in the day by Philip. because he saw one of my posts somewhere talking about and quoting someone about like if you have a fulfilled life, you could assure yourself that you'll be happier. And I realized that's the thing. And now, of course, we are talking about our professional self. We are talking about our working self. But I think as a whole person, as a whole being that you are, you could apply this and to your everyday life and with your family and everything. So seize the day, have a clear vision of what you want to do, knowing who you really are and your capacity, create objective and goals and a systems that work for you, and then check it every Friday. Like that's what I'm doing. I worked my ass off this morning. I'm doing that with you guys on the Friday Live Agile. And then after, I'm going to go listen to Above and Beyond music, and I will check out my list, kind of my personal retrospective. And I'm going to say, and I've even invented what I call in French, and it's a code J, and J for joy. And I split it in the physical and my health. I split it in my psychological joy and my spiritual joys. And it's a scale of 1 to 13. And this week I give myself an 11. And I get myself also some healthcare. So I won't share it here because it's personal, but some healthcare trigger about my BPM, my high pressure or low pressure, stuff like this, and my weight. And I look if I'm on target, so that makes me happier. Sometimes it's not making me happy because I could have done better. I could have lost more weight or what have you. And we also also give me some kind of, so these are personal KPI that actually help me track if I could be happier or if I'm happy enough. And all of these things is achievement of losing weight, achievement of creating a balance on my heartbeat, when I exercise and not exercising for the high blood pressure and everything. My spiritual, did I did enough meditation? Does that meditation teach me something or help me become my better version? So I was, so having those, for me, I'm just sharing my experience. Now, you could apply it to whatever talks to you, whatever you have a conscious enough to apply this. And we also put like, as a whole being. So I've got the Fredo and the Fredo Pro for all of my business. And a lot of people do a lot of lists, and it's worse than a bad refined backlog. So you have to, I think, to have a feeling in that 168 hours that we all have, what do you want to do and what are you capable of doing on that sprint, on that time box of a week? And my week, and my sense, the first day, it's Saturday. So Saturday and Sunday are kind of mostly personal stuff. But as an entrepreneur, you're always, you create things and you get an idea of the thing. But that will be, things reserved for pleasure, for entertainment, for also self-organizing stuff and taking care of stuff, putting care in something that so that's why I start the week on a Saturday like this and going slowly. And I have my slow Monday, which is I will work a lot, but I try to avoid meeting and avoid training. So I prefer to have a Monday where I will concentrate on the planning. I start doing this Friday afternoon and continuously do on Sundays and so on. And I will start acting and achieving things on the Monday. So when you put yourself into a system, a personal agility system, I think that also this creating pattern for yourself as you do with your client, because that's what I'm doing. Because when I teach something, it's because I experience it myself. Not just at a personal level, by the way. It could be at a business level, could be at a team level, everything. So that being said, so when you have got for me, I've got those KPIs, like the physical kind of objective KPIs, my weight, my blood pressure, my BPM, stress or not stress, And did I had some kind of issue and did I solve it? If whatever. So that will be scaled to 0 to 13. I got my psychological safety and KPIs about how was I morally. Did I have a good moral? Did I also provide people some kind of happiness or support? Did I welcome people? Was I welcomed by people and vice versa? So all the psychology, how was I feeling with my mind and my mindset and my openness? Was I more close-minded? So I will scale myself about it, to see if I achieve something there. And the psychological part is to be a better person, to be my better self. And the spiritual, it's even greater and better. That's another connection, and this I will reserve for my personal private channel, if you don't mind. So these are the kind of what I call the cotation J for joy scale, the joy scale of my week, and the physical, the mind or psychological, and the spiritual. And I evaluate myself. It's a self-evaluation on those three. Again, physical, psychological, and spiritual. How am I doing? How I did this week? And carpe diem every day. I could reflect about it. And I will have those action or activity. Do I have accomplished what I told myself on Friday afternoon in my office, or maybe sometimes on a picnic table in the park? I said to myself, personally, I'm going to do two things: read books, learn something, be with someone that could teach me something, or more practical stuff like spring cleaning, if we could have a spring, but today looks like it. And two, achievement of the professional field, where this is more serious. And it's not about my client mandate, because this is going to be something else with them. But this is about all of my businesses, not just Agile Lounge. And did I revamp, or did I? So I put two major things that I would like to accomplish to scale or improve my business. And this is something that is feasible within the week, and the rest will be planned accordingly. So, of course, at a client. So I could be onboarding a client to something. So I will make sure that by Friday, I will have achieved this. So the thing is, these are the triggers. And when you look at this one pager, and I got color, red, of course, it's failed. Blue, it's either added, remove, change. Whoops, sorry about the noise. So yeah, blue, it's, you could have done better. There's a room for improvement. Black, it's only the planning. And of course, green is, yes, you get it. And sometimes orange, if I'm fully joyful, because orange is kind of my color. And so when you look back, if you have more blue on your page in the week, that's means that my 168 hours was just average enough. When it's more green, I'm happy because I'm fulfilled. When it's red, rethink about it. Rethink about it if you want to be happy. So here's the thing, guys. I think that, there's no secret to happiness. And instead of seeking happiness, seeking to be happy, you should seek power. And this, before we go in this second half of my Friday Live Agile, I won't last too long, but I would like to talk to you about why am I saying, like, probably I think it was Friedrich Nietzsche saying, like, don't seek happiness, seek power. And you don't. So I'm gonna nuance it. But before we do, I would like to also invite you to something very great that starts actually this Wednesday, May the 10th, with Adam Johansson. So Crew Collective has the initiative of providing for free, but you are more than encouraged and welcome to purchase your lunch at the Crew Cuisine, the Crew Cafe, which they have a new chef now. And the food is amazing. The soup are amazing. The salads are amazing. The sandwich, everything is great there. So you are invited a couple of Wednesdays. So next Wednesday, the 10th, Then after, I think our colleague Marie-Lou Luce is going to be the 24th. So it's not like every week, every 2 weeks. And yours truly, I'm going to talk about business agility on Wednesday, June 7th. So on the first one of June. And Brittany with Am will talk about geopolitica and intelligent, interactive stuff too. And VUCA, geopolitical world, all your enterprise consult. So anyway, great talks. And Adam, next Wednesday, it's about product management and product strategy. So it's kind of related to what we do at Agile, so I love it. And je pense que Marie-Lou, elle va nous parler, she's going to do about like creativity. I forgot, I love her lines. It's like kind of creativity stuff. So this is all free. I'm going to put the link in a pinned comment for you to go grab your tickets about it, to come and join and lunch and learn with us. It's you have to arrive between 11:30, 12 to grab your coffee, your lunch, and our great hostess will assign you a place. Where is it? I don't know if it's a room or there's plenty of room at crew, but you're gonna know that day. So I hope you're gonna join us. I can't wait to meet you next Wednesday. And of course, I'd like you to come to my talk on business agility. If you want to know the real power of business agility and the 8 patterns of open business agility, because it's really fun to talk about value proposition and blah, blah, blah. But what do you do with your value proposition? What do you do with guiding principle? Are you patting them then to a pattern? So something like this. So anyways, so thank you so much for the Crew Collective and Cafe. The greatest co-working and the greatest cafe of North America ever, and I speak by experience because I'm going Austin, New York, Tulum, Toronto, Vancouver, so I know. Crew Collective, it's amazing. It's managed by 3 amazing women. So by the way, I would like to say a special thanks to Christina, Joanna, and Caroline. Those are the 3 pillars that make this place clean, safe, amazing. And happy 7th anniversary to all of us. I was there since the beginning. My first meeting was October 20, 2016. And I'm really thankful to be there. My client, my prospect, they are really crazy about the place. So if you haven't come yet, be your first place to one of those 4 talks that we're going to do in the upcoming May and June. So please join us. And I can't wait to see you there, especially on June 7th. I don't want to be narcissistic, but me, I'm gonna try to go everywhere because I'll be in Miami for Marie. But I won't miss the geopolitical from Brittany, and of course, I should be there on Wednesday for Adam, project strategy and project management. No, product management. Sorry about that. How could I make that mistake as an agile coach? Oh my God. Just kidding. So anyways, are we there? Yes. Okay. So now I talk to you about the guiding principle to make sure that you're going to be an achiever by seize the day, be in the carpe diem, be in the moment, be in the present. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's have a clear vision of what you want to do and do it. Activate it with a great plan, a capacity plan. Make sure that you don't take too much. When I used to have a girlfriend, she was using those kind of long post-it, and she was putting her week on this. And on Friday, when I invited her for the Friday Ooh to celebrate achievement, she was always grumpy, not happy, because a third of the list or a quarter of the list was done on leave. And I said to her, like, maybe you're taking too much. Because remember, capacity counts. So just plan for what you can do, and you'll be able to walk that talk. And more, depending on what you do, what you want to do. So, sometimes I told you that earlier, it's 2 things in the personal, 2 things in the professional. But sometimes I'm just put 1 thing in the personal and 0 in the professional because I know my week will be there. If I have a 1 week of training to a client, or I will just do the training. So it might be training and satisfying the client by training them. Could be this objective. But sometimes I will put 0 there because I know that I will fulfill something. I will achieve something by providing a training for 37.5 hours of my work time. So I will concentrate in that case to be happy by fulfilling personal things such as reading 3 hours a day a book or doing more bicycle. I don't know. It's personal, it's yours. So when you set this and when you create that pattern within your system and then you fulfill week after week, you fulfill and you because you fulfill, because you done something, because you said like, hey, I said I'm gonna do this that day at that moment, I did it. So you feel happy. It's kind of like it's an effect. Happiness, it's an effect again. And so when we say don't seek happiness, seek power instead, I think is the subtitle of this podcast. I hope so. Anyways, so when we say that, we're not talking about the brute force power where I've got power and no, we talked about the power, the power within you. So you have to know thyself. You have to be clear to yourself and to others. You have to be inviting and welcoming. You have to be, So that's what the achiever we do. Achiever, we always be in the left and right simultaneously. We are conscious of what we propose and what we want to do, and we make sure it happens. So that's power. This is powerful. This is powerful not to be managed by someone else. Just listen again to Ryan and myself last week podcast, Open Space Humanity. It's amazing, and actually it's available on the podcast platform if you prefer to grab it and run and do your jogging with us. So, I mean, for me, it's really simple. I don't understand why people are complicating the things, are putting themselves at risk. I mean, at the fuck up night, I was really moved by the third testimonial of the failure and this culture of failure and learning from failure. I'm all in. I'm all in for that. But there's one thing that triggered me a little bit is one of the gentlemen talked about when you try to find an associate. If your associate or your partner says he doesn't fear anything, it should trigger you for a bad path. And I didn't have a chance to go ask him after, so I'll probably follow up because he's working at the co-working anyways. Because for me, I think it depends of how do you say seek happiness. It's useless. You better seek power. Of course, that if you don't have any context, if you don't explain the proposed definition of the power within, so you might say like this guy is a fucking Machiavellic or he's a fucking psychopath who just want to achieve power and this power, this sadomasochist professional bullier will make him happier. So that's again, it's a perception. It's the poison of the left brain again. But if you go into yes, but power could also mean empower yourself, empower the people that work with you. So if I meet someone that could become a partner in one of my business venture, and he said, I don't scare. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Okay, you're not scared for what? What make you so assertive and confident? So if they show me some kind of a productive, objective, and we are open on both sides to invite us at the side of the table to see that fear is nothing if you love enough what you do, and if you have other enough to help them achieve, and you have this achiever mindset, I understand why we don't fear anything. But we always have those primal basic fear, But I don't want to put my intention or my present into that fear. I will prefer to choose the love of this project, of this product, of this solution, of this new workshop that I want to do, and everything. And more I put love into it instead of fear of what the other will think, instead of fear as, oh, maybe the system won't work, or maybe I won't have enough time, enough money. So, I mean, I'm still not sure about this part of the fuck up night, the failure process of it. I need more explanation. I need to understand more. I need to receive more information. Yes, because if you want to learn something, you have to put yourself in a receiver mode. Okay, not in a giver mode. That's a lot of things that my colleague forget about it. Because they think because they took the floor often, lecturing and stuff, like they talked a lot, like me. I know it could apply to me too. It's you have to be careful about giving and receiving. So anyway, that being said, don't seek happiness, seek power. This is what it means. Because if you seek happiness, like you could seek agility, you want to be more agile. I read something in an RFP the other day. They said like, "Oh, we want you to help us be more agile." I said, "What do you do? What do you do? What are your objectives? Do you have a clear vision? Are you inviting your employee to participate in whatever the business, digital transformation, or what have you? What are you doing? Where do you need these guiding principle of agility? Is it to achieve better or to return to the first phrase of the manifesto that everybody forget? They all go to the jugular of the 4 values. For me, I teach it like, no, here's the we uncover better way, smarter way of working, of delivering and creating, and we teach this to others. So my assessment discovery call question will be around that opening of the Agile Manifesto for software development and adapting it after that when we learn more. So when I do a discovery call, I'm not in the consultant coach mode. I'm in a learner mode. I'd like to hear you talk about it. I want to know, what do you do? What do you want? What is your desired state? And then I'm going to see if you're going to be happy or not at the end of the journey. Do you have conscious enough? And your leadership team, will you support a top down, and will you accept and receive a bottom up at the same time? Because this is being agile. Invitation-based approach. Understanding the guiding principle and make them into action, activating them into pattern of doing. That they won't be static. They could change because someone new in the team, leadership change, the market demands something else. So I want to work with people that understand that. If they invite me at the side of their table, I hope that next time they'll be at my side of the table. And then we're going to see different perspective, and we're going to choose what is the right path to achieve, fulfill, and then be happy. So that is the power. This is powerful if you connect the dot. You are powerful if you are able to have the left and right brain perception elevate to the conscious whole self of the thing. This is how you scale leadership, by the way. Leadership, not management. Because at the end of the day, the human interaction, the interaction between the people of your organization and your team, need to be based on a shared value. It's beyond like the partner of a business, of course. So could you imagine, like, you have 1,300 employees, and at break, at lunch, at social event, what do they say about the leadership of the company? They don't even agree. They're always changing the CEO because the board doesn't agree with them. So they don't hire the right person to manage, administer, and lead the enterprise. So that's why you see CEO spinning around. And I know because I coach executive, and my empathy goes with that. Sometimes they said like, oh, the board hired me for that. The specific mission, it was clear. But at some point within the board or the partner or the financing partner, especially, they don't agree with the vision because the vision is not clear enough. And they just do lip services when they do their town hall. You know those beautiful town hall where you see those VPs, blah, 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 blah. And years after years, they make money. Yeah, they make money. They make some kind of profit. They're just happy because their happiness is without power, is without a why, is without a sense of improvement over scaling at some point. Because you could scale whatever you want. But if you scale just to make more money, but you don't kind of envision something greater to stay put at the forefront, unless it's really the way your industry works, because I experienced it too. I won't name any client, but at some point I did the low profile implementing of Agile into just, it was a water scrum fall. I don't say I'm happy with that, but if there are people in the client were happy just to have enough information and learning tools and process and the left brain type of mentality, so be it. I'll do it for them because I still have to pay my mortgage at the end of the month like anyone else. But I tend to choose maybe 10 or 15% of those loosey, stupid, no vision. But again, I say that because it's personal and it's Friday. It's my Friday. I'm Coach A.F. over Alexandre Frédéric. But again, I will always provide good quality for anyone who his target is just to have a couple of Scrum team within a 10,000 employees organization. So don't bother marketing with business agility. Okay, so it's a specific left brain, right to the point. Okay, we'll do it. And I'm good at it. I'm freaking good at it. But if I'm just doing it, I won't be happy because I will lose my power. I will lose my power because of me within, knowing thyself. That I will prefer to work with enterprise and team that they want to achieve something greater. They want to apply patterns. They want to be conscious. They want to accept challenge. It's like the kin maya. You have yourself. You have you. You have the moment. You have your analog that support you. And you have also your antipod, that challenge you. And you have the occult thing that you don't see, and all people are perceiving you, and how they see themselves in you. And that party should not care because it's theirs. So happiness, that could go with that circulating day of the Maya, because kin and Maya means day or sun. And I inspire myself for doing some kind of these flip and coaching, whether it's coaching Agile or coaching leadership, stuff like this. Yes, I use that base, that foundation that I just described. This is your day, which is your present, your guiding principle, that you will create pattern within your analog that support you, and within the antipode that challenge you. And I think the failure of the fuck up night should be in the antipode. And the occult after that, you should care enough to don't care. I'll put it that way. So on that, beautiful people, May the 5th, we are right now. So remember, tomorrow it's Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sixth. It's hard to do the British pronunciation. Revenge of the Sith. Because it was May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Today it's a calm day, the full moon, the end of the eclipse season as well. Anyways, my beautiful friend, remember again that if you like that episode, help me showing it to more people by smashing that like button. And once again, you're about 70% watching more than half the hour and you're not subscribed. So subscribe and hit the bell if you are on Rumble and YouTube. If you are on LinkedIn, I'm assuming that you're already following my footy. So do it. And remember that in the description of and the last comment on LinkedIn, but you will find it. all the link will be available for you to buy me a coffee to warm up my heart. Get your place. I think we have 13 or 12 places left for the Scrum Beer of May 25th. And once again, I was your host, Alexandre Frédéric Joly, better known here on Friday noon as your coach AF. And I would like to remind you who you really are, who we are really. Who are we? An happiness or a powerful person? I think it's both. But it starts by you are beautiful or wonderful. You are powerful. And you can do whatever you want and be whoever you want and respect of one another. On that, have a happy weekend and see you next week. Probably with the light of the left brain. Let's put some light into this left brain prison. Cheers.